my name's John Wright. You know what? I talked to somebody just recently and I said, hey, you're talking pretty slick. I said, it's kind of like X-Lax. You're so slick that I feel so laxative. Oh, yeah, that's right. Anyway, my name's John Wright and you're not. It's John T. Wright, actually, on the internet. And, you know, JTW and Donald J. Trump, DJT 1 through 26, 26, or no, 1 through 26 this way, put them on two lines, go from A to Z, 26 letters I believe, and from A to Z this way, look at them, run the numbers, and you'll see me and Donald Trump's in some kind of parallel. And if you don't understand it, but you see the numbers and stuff, and it looks like one of us was supposed to be the 46th president or the 50th president or something like that. I don't have it right here in front of me. I'm just thinking right out of the top of my head. I don't run off scripts and stuff, and I don't need a script to talk. So anyway, the proof's in the pudding in the videos and stuff that you read. You know, I could turn some music on and stuff like that and make it a little more entertaining. But I tell you, I go right to the root of the problem every day. As sure as I got a new pipe around here. I bought a Sherlock pipe. Here's my Sherlock pipe. You like that? And it's a Sherlock. Just like I told my sister, I put the world in a figure 4 leg lock is what I did. And by the way, it was God Almighty that does things in mysterious ways, and I don't know exactly how it is. Now, you know, I know a lot of women in this area, and I love women. And I met a lot of men, and a lot of men seems to have problems, and so do women. And I think it stems down to a lot of things that was changed around and stuff, and I don't know if people sees it, and somebody's done it deliberately. And I can only imagine that it's the renegade Republican Raspberry Party. I love women. People that are in these little trucks and stuff like this that has flags on it, they think that they're Republicans, but in real life they're really Democrats. Because if you lost all of the rights that you have right now, you'd go, oh my God, what did we do? And that's exactly what they could do too. But they're not going to, because Donald Trump's been defeated. I don't even have to look at the news to know the news. Now, hey, the other day, I come through here, I talk I talked to this couple, and this guy, he had a wife that had a beautiful hair, and I stopped by and I complimented the couple, and he said, well, we're not married. And I says, I've been here, and I said, but you do love her. I goddamn know you love her. And he says, I've been with her for 17 years. And I said, don't you think it's time to tie the knot, baby? You know, and I said, because I'll tell you what, this woman right here, I go, gosh, bam, if she has a sister, I want to see her sister, you know, like this. And I said, she has a twin sister. Oh my God, I just love it. I would just love it. And I go on like this. And all of a sudden the guy, I do have a twin sister, and she has pink hair. She had pink hair up to yesterday when she dyed it brown. And I said, is that right? I said, well, in essence of this whole conversation, I told him how I'd be all over her if she only had a twin sister. And I'm not kidding. I am not kidding. And these people, they took my YouTube thing, and they're probably going to look at now. Now, Venetia, the great Venetia, you know. Okay, there's a woman at an institution, a professional grade place that I go to and I do business with. And I came in there and I said, the great Venetia, like this. And she says, well, she goes, Chloe, you know, something like this. She goes, that's almost my sister's name. And then she, you know, and I go, well, you know, I told her about the twins and stuff and all this here, and I don't know if this woman here's got a twin sister or not, but it seemed like, I just don't know. And then I found out that she works at some place that I wander. I just kind of like watch things because I notice things that's going on. And I told her about the bathrooms and stuff, you know, what they've done with switching the men's and women's around, it's causing a conflict of interest, is what it is. It's causing a direct conflict of interest. So now, I wonder if this is a twin sister on this one. Because I'll tell you what, it'd be interesting at that. But nevertheless, I hope that both girls are single or happy, by the way. And I had to tell this woman now, if I was going out with a woman, she's going to have to know that I talk to a lot of women. And a lot of women know this. And by the way, I'm not really interested in getting married. And by the way, I might already been chosen to marry one particular person. And I think that, like I said, we're into new territory. You know, I'm just documenting things as it's coming along. You know, I mean, I love all these women that I meet, and if I ever date one of them, I want them to know that I won't be coming into your business. I may be going to the next coffee shop, if that's the case. And they do have a Starbucks over here at Safeways that has lemon cake, but I'm not ready to jump ship yet and drop my coffee shop where they make coffee. But I could buy that lemon cake anywhere, girls. I just want you to know that ethics means everything to me, and you know, you shouldn't judge a book by its cover. So anyway, I was sent here. In so many different ways, God has used me, and I ask that my blessing be placed upon each and every one of you, so you'd know that it was the truth. But as I can see Mount Hood right here, larger than life, over the Best Western Hotel. No, that's there's actually the harbor. The Best Western's over there. The marina service where they have ships and stuff are over here. There's a 34-foot boat over there. I was thinking about purchasing. I've already talked to him about it. I know that it's going to be going for a deal. I think I feel the deal. It may be meant to be, but 34 feet long. I don't need a house. I'd rather have a boat and live right here in the harbor. And so anyway, I thought the woman that worked at the other place, she works near here too. She works so many hours, I don't know, maybe she's not even single, or she just has to work so hard to make ends meet. And if you knew better, you'd do better, and maybe we'll talk. And I'm sure we will, because she's just a fantastic person. She's at my business place, any place where I do business every day. And isn't it wonderful? I see a guy out here, he has a boat. Oh, it's near the size, but not quite the size. But, you know, if I've got something like that, I like motorhomes and I like boats and ships, so I could just get away. I don't have to put up with it. I like that now. And I meet a lot of nice people, and I get to meet people that they act out and stuff, and they want to pull their little guns and stuff out like that and tell me that they're illegal aliens like East Indy did here. Well, she's out of here now. I believe she's gone, because I told her she was under the cameras, and sure as shit, there's cameras right there, because I looked at the area after the fact, and I was correct, because we were in a high traffic area right there near those boat ramps and stuff, and right up there, when she even walked up the trail, she got blinded in the face with the camera when she got up there. They got the girl, and then the people that also could remember the woman. So, and when I walked up there, right out of there, I walked her right out of that place. She got in her car and she was, and I also got the license plate number. So, everybody in these little areas, I kind of like told a few people, and you know, if they see the car and stuff, they're probably gonna make sure that it don't, but I'm sure it's gone. And I told her to, hey, turn on your gun, you know, you're here illegal, you know, maybe you should go the proper way, because that's how you get in this here country, you go the proper way. And there's nothing wrong with the laws that we have, they just need to be enforced. And people don't need to be mesmerized by a bunch of bullshit, by switching the bathrooms around and stuff like that. I got issues with big guys, bigger than me, and they need to wear tutus and stuff if they go in that little room over there, and because they feel a little rude and stuff anyway, and they don't even know why, and then all of a sudden I tell them, and it's like, oh my God. and men coming up and asking me what's going on between women and stuff and them and how they can't get along and all this shit. God damn it. And it has everything to do with that. And you know, if you fix the source of the problem, that's just the way that it is. It just remedies it, like cleaning off all the signage and stuff up and down this here strip. And that brings us back to I'm here, I'm supposed to make some kind of a statement. Up there in Thurston County, I ripped all the roots out of the ground up there on my hands and knees because I'm making a statement. I'm telling my family, you know, look at the weeds in your yard, I'll clean out the weeds in my yard, and apparently the weeds in my yard's right here in America because the weeds are here. So I have one of my little titles of my thing is Weed TV, you know, whatever. But like, I'm weeding, you could say, and I'm here, look, it's a biblical thing that's happening. Like with the saw in the front of the bowling alley, we'll cut them in half. This is a biblical thing. It's like a Solomon thing. Two people fighting over a child, and ultimately they come before the judge, and one woman says, this child is mine, nicely, you know, and you can tell it's genuine. And the woman says, this woman's lying, this child's mine, it's always been mine, and obviously she is raw, she's lying. And the judge says, well, obviously ultimately, I'm not quoting, ultimately we'll cut this child in half. The one woman says, good, fine, let's just get it over with. No, the other woman cries out, no, you take the child, if only I could look upon it. And my mother has my sister's child, and my sister Bonnie can only look upon the child. My sister Bonnie hated my mother. They wouldn't even tell me that they had such a conflict of interest, and all it was mesmerizing in front of me. My mother was a dirty woman that was doing crossword puzzles and stuff, such as the Zodiac stuff, and it is related because her and George is the Zodiac, and 13 letters for the Zodiac is George L. Wright. And another thing dawned on me about my mother's name, and I'll have to research it before I blurt it out of my mouth. So, and there's many things, and my dad was the hijacker, and all this did happen, and the bowling alley is in Morton, painted gray today. When I came forward, they did this, and they painted it gray. They put a saw in the front of it. I also had a person jumping up in front of me, George Fairhart in Morton, Washington, and you know, you said the truth. Now your dad's my slave. And I went to my dad and I said what to them, and my dad must have said something to Mitzi Fairhart, like Amelia Earhart. They hid this whole building and business behind a woman that hides stuff behind women and children in this ordeal with Hezbollah. Hezbollah is in Morton, Washington. George Fairhart is Hezbollah. Faha. They're moving money into the Middle East. And the Twin Star Credit Unions, the 21st one is in Morton, Washington. Closed down at 101 Main Street, across the street from the Hezbollah Museum, which has a dirty Boy Scout there waiting to greet you. Hey, we're nice. From the river to the sea, right there in Morton, Washington. Now, here I am. Here, and apparently there's the river to the sea, and I've met this woman that's in a Sharia gown, and she is a pure woman, and apparently there's something biblical going on here, it seems like. And when I got here, there's a family here that owns a business, and they're Iranian, and I bought fuel and stuff from them before at their service station. And anyway, so I've connected to the Iranians through this here channel, and I didn't know how this was happening, but I do know that this is biblical, from the river to the sea and everything. And like I say, you better hold on to your seatbelts on this, because I met the woman, I talked to the woman, and the woman is fantastic. I think I might have mentioned it to you. The the woman said words and stuff that only connected to what I said to her prior to her going off. And, we're talking about the God of Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, the God of Moses, Noah, and, everything, like this here we're talking about. I'm speaking the words of Esau and Jacob and Isaac and Rebekah. Rebekah's the mother, Isaac's the father. The children is two twins. That would be Jacob is in Jacob's ladder, Ernie's ladder, Ernie. You see, I've been telling Ernie that we're going to have Ernie's war. And Ernie, everything that I told you is right here on the video. So you remember, Ernie, I told you, I said, God knew what you were going to do before you ever did it. Now put your AR-15 down. Because all this is biblical and it was supposed to happen and come to your senses. And by the way, if you have my products and stuff, you could return them. Just give them to Kevin Baker. I trust Kevin Baker more than anyone else in the family. Other than a boy that I raised that I don't really know if he's even mine. But I will guarantee you that each and every one of you, there is a Father that is in heaven. And it's not your adopted father. He was your father before you were ever born. You may have a dad here, but he knew you before you were ever conceived in the womb. Now, if you read the Bible, you'd knew better, you'd do better, So anyway, I got this woman down here, and she spoke marvelous words, I must say. I have never, I got to she had come down the hill, I went up there, and I met the spook, as everybody refers to her. What is that? Well, I went up and met that, and I met her like this, I have this. Everybody they break down, they talk to me really easy. It's really easy to connect with me. Now, me and this woman went on for 10 minutes. People came up. He's talking to her. They witnessed me talking to this woman and stuff. They could see that me and this woman's having a conversation. And going on like a husband and a wife, actually. I mean, I just hadn't had that situation. I don't know, with one of my wives. So don't start it and don't take me there. Now look. You know what minnova is? Now, if you read the Bible, you'd know what minnova is. No matter what that guy wanted to do, God made him go to Nineveh. He ended up jumping on a ship, going the opposite way. They tried, when they found out he was the jinx in the bottom of the ship, you know what they did? Off the ship you go, we're going to take you to land, drop you off. The water was so bad, they had to bring him back, okay? They put him back on the ship. Geez, what are we going to do with him now? Just toss his ass over the ship. That was gone. Let's get rid of him. He's dead. Good riddance. Big whale comes up. Big fish. Whatever. Whatever it was, it came up and he's in the belly of the fish for 3 days. When he comes to, he's been spit up on the sand on Nineveh. I'm not quoting it. I'm just ad-libbing it. So anyway, wakes up. Finds out he's in Nineveh. Maybe he tossed somebody. Where am I? You're in Nineveh. Nineveh. Yes, God works in amazing ways. And just like that, he could use just an ordinary slob like me. Like I started singing to Kevin Baker on ordinary, and Kevin just started smiling because maybe he knows that they could use just an ordinary slob like me. Or like you. I never thought I was special, but I'll tell you what. If God has moved this and made me into this thing, a lover and a fighter, by the way. And because gosh darn no, and he wants me to have gooey duck, so I got to order some gooey duck. And I'm going to have it delivered down here. I'm going to buy a $39 pound of it. I'm going to have some seafood too, and maybe I even have dinner with this young woman. I can't touch her because I tried to bump out. You can't touch me. I'm a pure woman. Pure woman. Never. Oh no, So you girls out there, you just remember, like I said to the girl last night down at the store, and I know you're tuning in by now. Now, you come down and see me down here at where the cruise ship lines come in. You can come in and see me. I have my party lights on. You'll know where I'm at. I have them on from about 9 to 10 o'clock right in there. And if my batteries hit a certain level, I just pull the plug on it. And I run my system all night long. I know when to pull the plug on it, baby. When in doubt, you just pull it out, guys. Who needs birth control, by the way? A little bit of common sense goes a long ways. My Aunt Jeannie told me that one. When in doubt, pull it out. So now you just think about you women that don't like that rascal rap and that guy that's going to entertain you. However it goes. Here we are today. And old Sherlock with his Sherlock pipe. I'm about ready to take a hit off of it because I just think it's time to get it all under perspective. Me smoking peace pipe today with you. Now, like I told that girl, that woman, she made it known to me that she was an adult too. She sold me my beer. She asked me my birthday. Now I said, now you know my age. And I'm too old for you. And she just smiled and she says, you mean to tell me if I come down to the river and I see you, you won't talk to me? And I said, well, I'd talk to you. I said, it'd be nice if you did the first move. I said, but I'm going to give you a little wave because I like you. I like her as a woman. I like all women, and I think a lot of women got a bad rap by having too much pressure put on. But if you watch the videos, that's where you go. But now for this woman, I told her, now look, you come down and see me, you better keep your distance. I mean, you don't get too grabby, grab my, what, we could cut off the date right there. You get too grabby with me, And I was really cute. She knows it, and I can't pull off the cuteness that I could do live like that, but I could just move on with this. And now look, and I told her, I said, you're going to have to come and see me at least 3 times outside of this business. And by the way, you guys, if I start seeing this woman or any woman, I won't go back to their business, but I'll talk to them about, I'm not going to be coming down to your business unless they say, you better come down to my business and walk around the place and do some shopping today. Because people don't, whatever the reason, if she called me over just to make sure that people knew that I was around and me and her was a couple, that's one thing. But for her to have friends and stuff outside of our relationship, and she was there before I ever was, I respect that, and I'll tell you what, if it didn't work out, I sure wouldn't come back in that place to make her feel uncomfortable, but I would hope that we could be friends to where I come in there and go shopping, and I'll shop around her, and if I have to, I won't come through her line, but I'm sure that she wouldn't mind if I come through the line and said, hi, and I'm dating someone else. Because I don't really care if women date anyone else either. Jesus Christ, they had a life before they met me. And if I inspire them for being better and stuff like that, that's the name of the game to me. And by the way, I could have a relationship with any woman. And I'm not going to lie to one woman over another woman. And I'm not going to make myself sick lying. You can lie yourself sick. Now, am I lying? I always told that I would point to my motorhome and I had a lion on it. I wish I had a lion right here because I'd point to it and said, now am I lying or is that a lion? No, that's a lion, but I'm not lying. Okay, so. And if you work out like this, and for anybody out there, I like to work out after 3 o'clock, after the sun's gone over in the water. So if you want to go aerobic workout and stuff, I'm down there at I think it's the landing. It's between the cruise ship and the nude beach up there at the other end, which I see all that party going on up there. I've been up there a few times. I've been up there cleaning up. I've met a few women up there. They're sunbathing and stuff. They want their privacy. I could see that. But we still talk. But I don't hang out there much. I just walk through, clean up the garbage real quick, and they see I'm doing my business anyway. And they're nice. And they wave to me when I see them. So girls, if you see me, that's nice. I'm just trying to put men in their place, and women, look, I love you guys. And by the way, can you see the scar under my arm? Which one is it? It's this side. I have a scar under my arm, you guys. You know? Hey, I told you this was biblical. Do you guys see a scar under my arm? It's down here someplace. I know it's there. I did it in a certain way, and somebody was with me when I did it, but it's in the same spot that the Lord was in. And I'll tell you some other things that's different. Now, if this woman with the Sharia cloth and stuff has everything to do within the Middle East, and I've tried to tell people here that, you know, the Holy Father works through me. I can smell the aroma of this. I don't know whether I'm going to have to give 7 red heifers or 70 red heifers. I don't know exactly what's going on, but all these beautiful women out there, if this is what it is and I end up having to marry something sight unseen, I want you to wish me the best, because this is what God Almighty in heaven had planned for me, and I tell you, He's righteous and true. I think I could do anything I want to do because I know what I've been put through. If I want to sleep with all these women, I don't think God Almighty would condemn me after everything I've been through. I mean, I don't think so. I just don't believe so. I mean, I could tell you things that would blow you away. But I need not. But I guarantee you, you're going to be seeing me 3 different times outside that place, and we're going to talk and stuff. And you girls might say, well, I support this guy doing that if that's the case. And if he's nice to me and set me on the right track, that's cool too. And by the way, that woman we talked, and you women might like what she has to say. And I think both of us are for women's rights. Like, I'm going to have to, hey, there's a lot of jokes that could go around about this Sharia thing. You know, like, hey, are you going to come to the Halloween party, John? Are you going to bring your wife? You know, I don't think that would really go over very well. Or, what is this? Cousin It? Now, look, you guys, I'm a really funny guy, but I tell you what, we don't need to go that way. And also, when I see immigrants here, I will take guns away from them. I'll talk them out of it. I'll run them right out of this area, and that's another good thing, too, for everyone. And if you are an immigrant, don't drop your goddamn guns right now before one of my friends with an AR-15 shoot you. If you don't think my friends don't have AR-15s, and if I tell them to direct it the right way at immigrants that's coming into this country that's armed, now, they're not going to have a problem now that, so I want you to lay down that goddamn gun right now. I want you to turn your ass in, and I want you to get yourself signed into this here country legally. And this woman with the Sharia cloth and stuff like that, she would probably honor this exactly what I'm saying. And I'll tell you another thing, that I would have a talk with this person, and I think I got contact right into Iran. You know, and I do know that this is biblical. I will tell you it's goddamn biblical. And whether you believe me or not, I don't care. If you meet me, I'll greet you. I'll teach you. If you don't like what I'm saying, if you throw the first punch, I'm going to give you goddamn dessert, and I'm going to give it to you fucking just bottoms up, straight up, and I'm going to fucking give it to you every which way that I goddamn can. And the Holy Father's going to bless me as I goddamn do it to you. And I'm not going to fuck around. And I'm telling everyone the truth. And Ernie Toback, you knew that I would only do business with you. I don't do business with your wife or the family members at all. And if you guys have anything, you turn it over to Kevin Baker, and I want him smiling his ass off. And I'd also like Kevin to contact me at coopersairforce101@outlook.com. And if you have any problems with it, don't. I'm telling you the truth. And God Almighty sent me on this mission, a mission from God, and I can't stop it. It's like minnova. And by the way, ladies, any of you would be a great woman. I'll tell you what, I would be had an honor and a privilege to meet and talk to any of you, and I hope that we're friends no matter what happens between this woman and me, and I think we could just bridge the gap. But I want women to know that they're the number one, and ladies, you're first. You gotta go right in that first door when you come in the business. I want you to get the right there in there. I don't want you to be put baby in the goddamn corner like they have, and in so many ways they've done so, and I goddamn can't stand it, and I wouldn't stand for it. And these people up there knew it, and they were conceiving this stuff from me. And Ernie, like I told you, I'd like to see you and meet you and greet you. And if you have a problem with me, you throw the first punch, and I'll throw dessert too. But I wouldn't want to hurt you. I told you I'd never raise a hand to you. But I told you each and every time I was going to do something, and I proved it as I was doing it, and I told you I was going to do it before I ever did it, so you believe. And it was biblical, Ernie. It was biblical, Ernie. And you know, I don't care if you respect me. I don't care if you love me. I don't give a fuck about anything except I'm doing what the Holy Father wants, and the Holy Father wanted me to be a lover. He wanted me to be a fighter, and he wants me to order gooey duck and have gooey duck soup or whatever. And you know why he wants me to? Because to see if I would actually goddamn do it. Because when he takes me up for a test, he fucking will know that sooner or later I'm going to do that very goddamn thing, and he's going to have a plan. And the plan is this woman with this Sharia cloth over her. And I'd love to be with any of these beautiful women. And I mean, they're beautiful women too. And I would love to work out for any of these women. And I would love to put the Hypro glow upon their face. Just the way that men wish they could, but they can't. Because they're not me. Did I say that? I'm sorry. You're not me. You can't even lace up my goddamn boots. I entertain people all the time. They can't even fucking show up for the fucking show. And I'll tell you another thing. Here, East India, you're fucking out of here. I don't think you'll ever be seen here again. And these people like East Indian stuff, it dawned on me today, they're marking their territory and stuff, and they're the people that was out here marking their territory and stuff, and East India's out of here. And I also found another rock and another thing over here. Where is that? I kept this rock, I'm not giving it back. And I also cleared off the dirt they put on the ground. They put a thing on the ground, they put this rock behind it. So they marked their territory, and there was a rock with a message on it, and the rock with the message on it's right here. And where is it? Right here. Now, I don't know too much about this, but I will tell you that they are marking it and they are laying stuff out, and it is true what I'm saying. And they lay bones and stuff around the chair over here. It looks like they're playing witchcraft, trying to freak people out and stuff. And the mesmerizing and the stuff on the signage, the women's on the left, the men's on the right, and all that stuff. Anyway, I want America to calm down. You know what? As far as I'm concerned, an American can own a gun, because I'll tell you what, when it comes down to illegal aliens in our country holding guns and waving them in front of me, oh no, 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 that is a no, 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 no. Now these friends of mine that have AR-15s, and I met a woman right down here. As a matter of fact, she had the cops come down here when it was an extraction of a marijuana plant that was found right down here. And I was going to have her get the biggest crane out of my Uncle Ted Shaw's shop. But she was scared of me because she was down at my motorhome drunk, having a good goddamn time, singing with her boyfriend. And he works here. They're the kitty corner like Checkers here. You know, and opposite attracts kids. They wanted me to be their counselor. Heck, I stopped in there a few weeks earlier and I asked for 1,000 trucks load of pit run material for this project, and I'll need all this too. And she just started laughing and stuff, you know. And And I was only there for a couple minutes, and I get the heck out of there because, you know, she's got work and stuff she has to do because she's under the gun because she's overworked for one, and she drinks a little bit. And I don't care. So everyone's a friend of me, and I don't give a fuck if you drink or whatever. I've known a lot of drunks, but they'll at least tell the truth when they're goddamn drunk. Now, come on. You know, and hey, you see this heart right here? Look at this heart. Now, this heart right here, hey, there's a lot of things that I'll do for love, but that fucking heart points straight goddamn down. And now you look at this fine heart right over here. And this fine heart, let me show you the crack in that ass. Now, my girlfriends, I see their heart when they walk away from me every day. So ladies, when you walk away from me, please walk slow. But when you come back, you can walk a little bit faster. Now, let me tell you, I see a heart on the woman's ass, and I love women. I love women. And my women wear red panties sometimes. Maybe sometimes they wear blue panties. They wear of all of them. You know, pink panties. How much can I stress to you how much I love women? Now, I tell you, that heart points straight up. And I'll tell you what, we'll do a stupid things for love, but when I love women for their ass. And I don't care what size it is because it all comes in all shapes and sizes. And I'll tell you another thing, men. Mopeds are fun to ride until you get caught riding one. And don't you fucking lie to me. And women, there's another thing I want to go on right now since I'm going off anyway. Don't tell me you don't have a dildo. And men, don't tell me you don't have a fucking stroker. Because if you don't have a fucking stroker, I'm going to tell you right now, you should goddamn get one before you fucking abuse a woman because you don't have your fucking pecker knocked off. You know what I mean? And by the way, you can go to Chatterbait and you can meet a lot of good women. And I do all the time. I have a lot of girlfriends on Chatterbait, so I'm never alone. I had 2 of them with me last night, and they're really nice. I picked the one that's non-nude because, you know what? I've seen everything. There isn't nothing I haven't seen. And by the way, man, I've been in a woman's gynecologist fucking room while my girlfriend was taking a fucking exam that I started going out with. She wanted me to go with her there, and come to find out, she was taking Prozac or something like that. The guy at the pharmacy said to me, he goes, Paxil. He goes, do you know that she's on Paxil, John? You know, I didn't know she was on Paxil. I didn't know she was on anything. And after I found out, she was just like another woman. Just like that, she started telling me, I hate everybody. She goes, when I go in a store, I hate everybody. Sometimes I just want to take my van and run it straight into a wall. And you know what? This woman actually had her husband, Marco, the narco, whatever, they see it in the words and stuff like that. And he left this woman for another man. Oh my gosh, do you know how that deflated this woman's ego to have her man run off with another man? Hey, man, don't say you do if you don't. And if you stop pulling shit, they won't having problems with you. Don't be an habitual offender. And by the way, when this here shit's been going on, and by the way, women, do not hold it against me because I got my own dildo. And I think this needs to be going out across America, and shoot me if I'm wrong. Now, I also want to clear up something with you. I tell people all the time, by the way, if you could beat me, you could eat me. And, let's see, don't you love me now? And, you know, if you knew better, you'd do better. And let's see, what else is next? Oh, and by the way, this is biblical. And don't judge me because I'm a heathen. Don't judge me because I'm a heathen. And I'll tell you why. You'll do something stupid for love for doing so. Because you'll think you're so goddamn right out of your stupid love, you'll think I'm wrong. When I goddamn know I'm right, I'm fucking shooting it straight up, baby. And I'm telling you the truth. My name's John Wright, often imitated, never duplicated. I am not bullshitting you. I tell these men and women down here on the thing, if you find out I'm goddamn lying about any of this, and this has to do with JFK, this has a Zodiac Killer, this is D.B. Cooper, and this has a mission from God since I was before Terry Shortridge got murdered. I watched the 10 Commandments with Terry Shortridge, and I asked in that theater with Terry that I be used as a tool for God, as if I was inspired by the whole movie. Now, you guys, goddamn it, I want to tell you more and more and more, but I'll just But I goddamn tell you, this is the perfect storm. Donald Trump's been annihilated. I'm right here having a fucking party, and all these girls know it. And I'm doing water aerobics today at 3. I've been working out here. I have this little shake-ass machine right here, girls, that I shake my little ass off. And I do push-ups on. And if you use it, and if you don't use it, you're going to lose it. Here's a boat right here. I want to show you this one. Isn't that, you just see the ass end of it, like God let Moses see the ass end of his ass, you know. He wouldn't let Moses quite see him. He said you could see my ass, you know. And by the way, would you like to play golf? How would you like to go boxing with me? Hey, how would you like to go swimming with me? How would you like to have a great day? And by the way, you keep your hands off me. That's right. It's 7 feet, baby. You know, you can get closer, but don't get too handsy and grabby and stuff like that. And you know, when they did this little distance yourself 6 feet apart from each other, programming you for death, I'll tell you what, another thing, that's what I'm telling you about. It's 7 feet like the 7th Fleet, 7, 14, 21. Learn the law. And by the way, if I had a tax plan, it'd be everybody's paying 7% down at the grocery store. And I'll just tell you that. And by the way, everybody that's got a job, their employer is going to take 7% out unless they sign a waiver for 3.5. It just goes right into the fucking state fund. And don't even worry about your taxes. That way you're alleviated of them. And I like that one because all the tax that you get now when you're doing that, it's shipped in directly from the employer, will come in so fast that'll offset the rest of the tax coming this way, is what my thought pattern is. It could be wrong, but I'm sure I'm right. And then we have the company itself paying 7%, so it's 7, 14, 21. They're going to pay their 7% over the top. The employee, if they're an employee working there, 7% right there. And on the groceries, bam, bam, bam. And by the way, B&O taxes, I believe, are down. The economy zooms, and I think this could be implemented real super easy and make it come down and inflation go this way. And you know, inflation isn't bad if you know how to harness it. Now, they bitch about inflation, but I'll tell you what, good wages come out of it at the end of the day. And we can talk about that more later, but if you'd like to work out with me, I'm down here from 3 to about 4 down there in the water on the other side of Cottonwood Landing right there. And I think everybody from around here knows where I'm at, and people know that I'm down there working out. I go down there, I work out 20 to 30 minutes, I'm out of there. I come down there, I get cool off. I might come down there 2 times, 3 times, all depends on the day. And if there's other people down there, I don't really like going down there. I went down there the other day and I told them I cleaned up the dog shit that was all over there and stuff where these people's thing was. And you know, I got to meet the man and the woman and children and stuff. And you know, when they had an intruder come in their area, I seen how they responded, but I think I did it really diplomatic, and I think the man appreciated me at the end of the visit and stuff. And I got to go and swim and do my thing. And I was happy, and I got to climb the rock. The cliffhanger, that's right, I do the cliffhanger there every day. Oh, yeah. No cheating here on this one, because if I cheat, the only person I'm cheating is myself and all of you. So I know that my ass is on the line, and I've shoved the rod right up a lot of people's asses, and I told Ernie Tailback that very thing. And Ernie, you remember, Oh, I don't have my stick with me. I brought that staff. You remember the staff, Ernie? Don't worry, I still got it. Isn't this biblical now? It's like Moses got the staff from Pharaoh, and I told you about the wife, and how she caused all this her grief, and at the end of it, Pharaoh was sitting there, and God raised him for this very thing. God raised this for this very thing, too. Hey, you guys, I'm just telling you the truth, and all these women out here, you're safe. I'm not going to goddamn grab your asses and stuff, at least. I'm so charming and stuff, I could talk your panties right off. I'm just going to tell you the truth. But I may be, this woman over here with this Sharia cloth. I'm telling you, I went straight to the Iranians and I left them a message this morning. You see, this is how I do. And you just never know where your day's going to go on me. I mean, you really goddamn don't. So, I'm down to my last sip of coffee, girls, and it's 12 noon, so this one cup of coffee went a long ways today, baby. My favorite girl served it to me, and I do love her. She reminds me of my second wife, which I do love, even though she was a heathen. But God loves you anyway, Catherine. Michelle Engdahl, Michelle Wright, Michelle. Oh my gosh, how many times, Kathy, did you get married? And by the way, you know that me and you have special stories between the two of us where God come over us. And if you girls want to look up Catherine Michelle Wright, they're in Lewis County in Chehalis, Washington. She married a preacher after me. Isn't that something? Now, isn't it something that I'm here with the Sharia now, Kathy? Now, Kathy knows that I'm here on YouTube too. So, Kathy, you're reading this. And tell your husband I said hi. I'd sure like to see him come down and test me because, Kathy, I've tested the Jehovah Witnesses down here and the left, the right thing, and I was calling these guys. Now, you guys want to put tutus on and go over there to that left-hand room. Now, you guys know the difference. They go, well, we don't think this is the issue. I go, you don't think this is the issue? You guys don't want to face the truth. I go, these here people want to walk around you like you guys have a plague. And I'll tell you what. I called tutu. They go, well, we don't like the way you're talking. We don't like your cussing. I said, I knew you'd take that root when that root come down. And I said, and then we ended up above each shoulder. And Kathy, you just love it the way I smear it on them. And I make up, and I said, now, look, if we knew better, we'd do better. And I said, by the way, you know that dock where the cruise ship is? You go down the very end of it. There's a table down there. Go down there and sit in there for 5 minutes. Just open up your mind and just open it up and just have your moment. You never did it. Why don't you unload today? And by the way, I said, I don't care if you guys work on Sunday because, the Sabbath is on Saturday, I just want you to understand. Here, have you ever tried not to spend money on Saturday? It's pretty hard. Hey, lots of days I don't spend money on Saturdays. I've done it for a long time. I don't have to. I can do any goddamn thing I want because I'm blessed by the Holy Father. And I wish my blessings upon each and every one of you and all of you ladies. So don't be offended if I say something cute and nice. I'll tell you what, I'll be picking up garbage and I'll go, oh, you caught me. Well, picking up garbage, isn't that supposed to be a shame? I'm an American and I'm too proud to pick up garbage in my country or do something about it personally. And they just shake their head and I tell them I'm D.B. Cooper's son and we open up with a conversation. Boom! I turn on my party lights right here. It goes, and people come to me at night and we have a good time. And by the way, if you one of you girls that work at Grocery Outlet or any of the other stores and stuff, come down there. Hey, we don't even have to come outside. We can hear the music outside the windows and bring a cool drink for yourself. You don't even have to drink my stuff. Or if you come down, I'll have a cool drink for you. I'll have a water. I'll have a beer. I may have a pop. I don't know what I'll have, but I'll have something. A shot of whiskey maybe. And I got a place where we can party after hours. Nice place. If we keep it down, no one will bother. We won't bother no one. No one will bother us. And it's natural scenery with river, property. Oh. And it's close. And we can stay there all night long if you're nice. So anyway, you have a nice day. And my name's John Wright, and I'm just trying to do best I can, where I can, wherever I can, And you know, I never blow smoke up anyone's ass. I enjoy telling them the truth so much. It's because I can. And I have fun with it. And by the way, I know I need a new grill, and I can get my grill fixed, but you can't fix what you've done to me, family. But I will say, you should just turn it over to Kevin Baker and let him smile at you for me. And believe me, the wrath that you get from me is a lot less than you're going to get from the Holy Father for fucking with me. And I think that this woman was meant to be, you guys. And Ernie, I told you I was on a mission. And hey, don't be surprised. Just don't be surprised. And if you're not invited to the wedding, it's because you fucking offended me. You offended my wives. You fucked with my friends. You fucked with my fellow Americans. And this is America. And don't you ever goddamn forget it. My name's John T. Wright. And you know what? Get biblical and look at Jacob and Esau. The older will serve the younger. Maybe I'm Jacob. You have a nice day. If you knew better, you would have done better. And don't you ever think I bullshitted you. 20 people come down here, cut me up, throw me in the sea if you find that I'm lying. I tell everybody the truth. And why? I enjoy it so much. Oh, here's a truck right here making noise past us. They just can't get enough of us. Actually, they're over here working today. They do things. Here's that big crane. They got the crane down there that they were supposed to bring down there to extract that marijuana plant. Down here at Pearl Harbor. It's actually Black Pearl Harbor. And all this exciting stuff that you missed down here. The girl. I loved her. She was so nice. And the other women that was there just the other night. And she just loved it when we talked about. I bet you have that. And I know that I have. Oh, don't you? And she was just blown away that I'd actually say things like that. I often say things that's true and correct that blow people away. Don't say I never told you. I love you guys. Where's my rings? You want me to put my rings on? Make it a 3-ring circus. There's a 3-finger push-up for anybody that don't like me. Because if you don't like my girls, you're gonna not like me. I don't have to wear makeup, but I think I'll put pink on this one and you won't like my pinky chop. But you women will. And you have a nice day, because my name's John Wright and they're not.